Apparently reading is a rare skill, by user Gen04PL. I just had this wonderful email chain at work. Apparently for some people reading is a skill they do not possess. System generated email, error generating Weibo for order 1234567889. UPS integration problem. Warehouse manager, yet, we received info from UPS that their system is down, we'll have to wait. CS rep, hi, what's the issue with this order? Why can't we process it? Warehouse manager, I just told everybody in my last email. CS department manager / forwarding email to IT *, hey guys, take a look at this error message. Warehouse manager replying, inserts screenshot of his first email without comment. IT guy, I tried generating the Weibo again, but it fails. Have you tried logging into UPS manually? Warehouse manager, I told y'all UPS system is down. Outlook offline, by user Saraku. Need help with the Outlook? That's it. That's the entire ticket. Most users are courteous enough to post screenshots or detailed descriptions. Not this person. Also, an executive. Me, I'm sorry, but your request is lacking in detail. Are you getting error messages? What are you trying to do exactly? User, Outlook offline and spotty. Me, can you send a screenshot? A screenshot is sent. The issue, which he didn't explain for crap, was that Outlook's work offline toggle was enabled. Kind of important information to exclude, but whatever. That's an easy fix. Me, search for work offline in the search bar at the top of your Outlook window and toggle it under Actions. That will fix the issue. User, no, it just returns results about offline emails. Fine. Maybe he didn't notice it, the search results can be crowded. We can do the direct option instead. Me, open the send/receive tab. The toggle is there. User, I can't toggle it. Me, you click and it does nothing? User, yes. Fine. Maybe Outlook glitches out. It's happened to me. Me, please open AnyDesk so I can troubleshoot. He opens it surprisingly fast, all things considered. I get connected, navigate to send/receive, and click it. It works without issue. Outlook returns to connected to Microsoft Exchange mode. Now, at this point my blood was boiling because he's demonstrated a complete ineptitude at clicking buttons. Thank God this wasn't a phone call or my frustration would have been laid bare against my better judgment. Me, it's fixed. Your mailboxes are updating. User, no, it still says working offline. Naturally, that's nonsense. I watched the working offline prompt switch to connected to MS Exchange with my own two eyes. Maybe he didn't see it yet? Me, it's connected. It says so in this area, hovers above the connected text. User, no, it still says work offline. That's when I noticed. He wasn't looking at the area I was pointing to, he was looking at the literal work offline toggle. Me, that's just the toggle, sir. That won't change in real time. The status below says connected. User, but why does it still say work offline? That means I'm offline. I'm fed up. I open my own Outlook. I send him a message. Politely, of course. Me, via Outlook, your Outlook is working online now. This message would not have arrived otherwise. User is still for a few moments. User, thank you. We both disconnect. I'm still dumbfounded several hours later. New colleague overestimates my importance, by user OUTSIDERS. Obligatory not current IT worker. Well, today I was blessed with meeting a new colleague and I can already tell that he'll be a joy to work with. If there were greetings before the chat, they were short enough for them not to register. They said you worked for IT, I later checked, they didn't. Why isn't my computer working? Me. I'm not really, but I'll have a look. 5 seconds later. The monitor was off. Embarrassed but not backing down, but why do they design computers like that? So they don't switch on together? Me, well, they kind of do. Leave the monitor on and it goes into power saver mode and automatically switches back on when you switch the computer on. But why design them that way? Me, by now desperate not to be part of this insane conversation. Well, it seems to work for most people. And even if it didn't, I think you overestimate my ability, or the ability of even the entire NHS, English National Health Service, probably owns over 1 million computers in total, to change it. The computer industry is just too big. Anyway, must get on. God, he's so going to brighten my days. I don't have time for this. By user retrodigital_. Retro, hi, thanks for calling the help desk. How can I assist you? User, I need my password reset now. I called already and they said they couldn't help me and I just don't understand you people. Retro, okay, no problem, can I just verify you in our system and then we can go ahead and reset your password? User, ugh. I don't have time for this. Retro, I understand PW resets are fairly simple, shouldn't take too long. Verifies user. Retro, okay sir, are you on a computer by chance? User, no. I already told the other guy that. Retro, okay. Do you own a smartphone? User, I do. Retro, okay. Can you please type in this web address in your phone's internet browser and see what it tells me? User, it says cannot connect to page. You know my cell service here is bad. I don't have time for this. Number 2. Realizing now why previous help desk analyst couldn't help user. Retro, okay, unfortunately without access to this website, we won't be able to reset your password. Give us a call back when you are able to use a computer or your phone has service again. User, what? I don't have time for this. Number 3, I don't understand what the issue is. Why can't you just reset my password? I explain the whole process thoroughly. User huffs and hangs up. Edit, for context they were attempting to access the company website, which is the only password handling I do. Excel is definitely a database, by user Freckleson Beam. Over the summers after my senior year of high school and freshman year of college, I worked for a utility company. I was an intern with their network support team. This was not an IP network team like you might be thinking, but rather a POTS network team. We were supporting analog phone lines going between various sites, office buildings, power plants, etc. So pictures a bunch of guys who have been dealing with the same kind of equipment for 25 years each. Very knowledgeable about what they knew, but not so much on newer stuff. They had a bunch of techs going out to all of these sites, making updates to wiring or equipment, and coming back to our dispatch center. Now having all of these techs doing jobs like this, you'd imagine that there should be some kind of logging mechanism for all of the jobs being done, so that when something went wrong at site A, you could look at everything that's been done there in the past 6 months, and look at where all the cables are connected to. You'd be right. In our case, the single source of truth for this information was an Excel workbook on a network storage drive that all of the techs had access to. Mind you, this was not a well-structured workbook with sheets per location and tables of jobs done. This was essentially a free-form document with a single sheet, thousands of rows, and structure per site or no structure at all in some cases. It was essentially a Word document that just so happened to be addressable with row and column numbers, in some cases. Now even if this were a well-structured document, using an Excel doc on a NAS is a really bad collaboration tool. At the time, I'm not sure if this is true today, Excel used lock files to ensure that only one person could update a workbook at a time. This meant that when you opened the workbook while someone else had it open on their own machine, you'd get a prompt that told you had to open it in read-only mode, or you could save a separate copy. Many times techs chose to save a separate copy, meaning that there would often be many copies of this file that would later need to be merged. Since this document had essentially no structure, it was impossible to programmatically diff two versions of it, so all merging needed to be done by hand. I tried to convince management that we needed some kind of job management/log software instead of this terrible system, but they were unmoved. I was told the existing system was good enough and to just deal with it. Besides, I was just an intern fresh out of HS. They'd been doing this for years. Also, the file name was something along the lines of Boblist, and Bob was a guy who stopped working there like 5 years before I got there.